everybody, it's Hop Day here at A Cherry on Tap, and we are going to have some fun. I'm going to be playing with these Urban Plaid 6x6 papers from Catherine Pooler. I have all of the coordinating colors that go with that paper pad. And then I have this 2 photos, this gorgeous stencil from the Crafter's Workshop, a sheet of white paper, and some gloss gel from Liquitex. And we are going to get a little bit messy and have some fun. First up, let's use this amazing stencil. I'm going to use some Sizzix Maker's Tape to hold my stencil to my paper and keep it in place. That way there is no kind of smudging off of my stencil, and we don't get like the gloss gel underneath the stencil. It keeps everything where it should be. And the Sizzix Maker's Tape is also super easy to get back off, so I'm not going to hurt anything. I'm going to go ahead and grab my Tim Holtz Mixed Media Matte because gloss gel is sticky and I don't want to get any on my work mat. So let's talk about gloss gel. This is going to dry clear, a little bit glossy. You can also buy gloss gel and matte, and then you don't have the glossy. I like to put a nice thick layer through my stencil. This is a really easy medium to apply, but the results are beautiful. It kind of holds its shape a little bit, unlike maybe watercolors or different kinds of acrylic paint. So you usually get a really like on point stencil and image when you pull it up. So here's the big reveal, except it won't be really that big because you can't see it yet. And it's going to dry clear. Now this stuff is sticky. Clean up immediately. It's super sticky and it's everywhere. Collect what you can off of your stencil so you don't waste it. This is a pricier type of a medium. I mean, you get a huge jar, but you don't want to waste it. So close it up right away because it will dry. It will get hard fast, and then clean up. Clean your stencil with hot soapy water. Get a washcloth, clean off your media mat. Get that stuff up before it dries. Once it is dry, thoroughly 100% dry, not even a little bit tacky, it's time to add the ink. I am using 1 blender brush per color. This just keeps me from having to wash my brushes between colors. And if you don't do anything else, I would have a dedicated red brush because red, working with red ink is just, it's so persnickety and turkey, but we did it. So I'm going down through all of my Catherine Pooler colors. I have here Pink Champagne, Rouge, Orange Peel, Lemongrass, Sage, Hot Tub, Queen for a Day, and Sangria. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do sections of this leaf in the order that I just said. So rainbow orders. All the way down to the end of the page, or to the end of the leaf, actually. Just blending along the way. So what is going to happen is the gloss gel is going to resist the ink. Now, initially, when I started to do this, the ink is going to go over the stencil, and that's fine. You're going to see how we kind of make that leaf pop at the end, but isn't it pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. So this is a 12 by 12 stencil from the Crafter's Workshop, and I think it's really cool. I'm just going to add just a little bit more to kind of blend it out. This is why we have a blender brush for each color, so we can go back to our other colors to make sure that we have a nice blend between all the different colors on our page. Last up is Sangria. So Sangria is one of my favorite colors. It's like this deep purple color. Queen for a Day has a bit more blue in it, but this one's like a true like plum purple. Once I had my leaf completely inked up, I'm going to take a little bit of a baby wipe. I'm going to take a baby wipe. I'm just going to put it on my finger, and I'm just going to go across the top of that gloss gel and wipe away the excess ink. And this is where our leaf is going to pop. This is also probably the most time-consuming part of this layout, but totally worth it. If you wanted to do something and do it a little bit quicker, you could always just use a paper towel, although it won't take quite as much ink off as the baby wipe. You'll still get that nice white pop, and it won't take as long. You can really see the difference here because you can see I've done like the top, the right part of the leaf, but the left side still has the ink on it. So you can really see here what a difference it makes to go over the gloss gel with a baby wipe. Now we can go ahead and pull our layout together. I'm going to start by choosing 2 papers to map my photos in. I am going to trim my photos down. They're 4x6. I'm going to trim them down to 3.5x5 and then map them with these paper colors, paper patterns, pattern paper. And then I can go ahead and add my 2 photos onto my background and decide how I want the placement to be. I want to make sure that even though I'm going to cover up some of this leaf, I definitely wanted to make sure you could still see all of the colors. So that's what I'm kind of focusing on. Getting my photos in a spot where you can still see each of the colors of the leaf, even if it's just a little bit. Because I'm using gloss gel, I'm going to hold everything on my layout down with Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. Tape runner's not going to stick for a long time on this gloss gel. It might hold it kind of tacky for a little bit, but it's not going to. Because of the nature of the gloss gel, you really, really need to get some nice, good wet glue. And then even with the wet glue, I put my stamping bug on top of those photos just to make sure we've got it good and dry. Next up, let's do some stamping. You guys know I love my stamping, and I've got all of these ink colors out. I grabbed this Doodlebug stamp set. This is the stamp set from Cute and Crafty, and I'm just going to use this little phrase that says, "You color my world," and that's going to act as my title. And you're going to see how I'm going to put that together here as I begin to stamp. So while I'm stamping, be sure to leave a comment down below. One participant and commenter from the Hop will win a $10 gift certificate to a cherry on top. Who couldn't use that, right? Especially with all of the new lines that are coming in. There are so many gorgeous lines over at A Cherry on Top for pre-order. I'm going to have a super hard time deciding which ones I want to play with for my design team projects in the coming months. Next up, also be sure, because I was stamping and I switched ink, right? But I was talking about the Hop. Be sure to head down below and check out the description box where you will find the links to all of the design team members here at A Cherry on Top, and you can hop along and see all of their beautiful fall projects. If you don't go see anybody else's, like if you don't have a lot of time today to hop through for 4 videos, you must go see Natalie's project. Natalie's project for this top is like off the charts gorgeous. So shout out to Natalie because I've seen all of the projects for the Hop already, and Natalie's is just beautiful. So fun. So I'm just stamping this You Color My World. I'm going down through each and every one of the same color inks that I used to make my background with, and I'm just stamping the same phrase over and over again in each color. This is going to act as our title, which is going to be really cool. To give it, and by stamping it multiple times, the stamp set isn't that big, but by stamping it multiple times on this sheet of white paper and then trimming it down, I'm going to get a really nice like title piece for my layout. Also, if you are new to stamping, this collection of inks would be a really great like rainbow set to get you started. I will definitely leave links to each of these colors in the description box below so you can kind of grab them and go. Well, what I'll do is I'll leave a link to all the Catherine Pooler inks, and then I'll type out each of the colors I used, and that way you can kind of just go to the link, fill up your cart with the colors, and you have a gorgeous rainbow. So now I'm going to take all of these stamped pieces. I'm just going to trim this white cardstock down a little bit, and then I'm going to back it with one of the pattern papers from this Urban Plaid paper pack, which is so versatile and fun. I super love it. I think I decided to go with the pinks for this one because I had the greens and the purples matting my photo, and I decided to go with the red and the pink to mat the title piece. So cute. I love this title piece. I love that I remembered I had that Doodlebug stamp set and that it had that phrase on it because this worked out so perfect. Again, using my stamping bug to hold that wet glue against the gloss gel so that it gets good adhesion and dries and stays put. I want to add just a little bit of embellishment. To my layout. So what I did was I took this old ancient, this punch's age can be measured in decades. I'm like positive of this. But it is a really old punch from Creative Memories, and it just punches these tiny little leaves. They're not very big at all. There's 2 different styles. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch 3 leaves from each color pattern paper. And then I'm just going to go down through and add a little cluster to each section of color. So 3 leaves on the pink section, 3 leaves on the red, 3 leaves on the orange. And then one of the 3 leaves I popped up with some foam tape just to give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm just clustering them together. I'm going to alternate where the leaves are. Some of them are going to kind of be interacting with my photo, and they're going to kind of create this little line that you can follow down the page. And that's all I'm going to do to embellish this. Doesn't need anything else. But it helps to reinforce those colors, and it also helps give your eyes something to follow through the page. So that's it. That's what we're going to call this one done. Make sure to check out the description box below for some of the product links, and also for the hop list. Be sure to hop along and comment on everybody's video. All of the projects are fabulous, and you will get lots and lots of fall and harvest inspiration for your crafting during the month of October. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you again Monday. Bye.